everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time I'm doing a beautiful set of sequin nails. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm going in with my quartz drill bit to remove the gel polish. This set has been on for about 3 weeks, so as you can see they are pretty grown out, so we're just removing that gel polish. And then she does have 2 broken nails, so I am going to do the soak off with the clips and acetone and cotton balls. So you will see me do that as well. Alrighty, and as I was removing the gel polish from this one, I noticed that the side of it was cracked. And when that happens, you do want to make sure you go ahead and just take off the whole nail and redo it, because it will crack. As you can see, there's a crack on the side, but you want to go ahead and just cut it down and just replace the nail, because I promise you it will eventually break. So it's better to just go ahead and fix it than to have them call you the next day asking to come in and fix it, especially if you're already booked up. So again, just go ahead and remove all of the acrylic off of it and just go ahead and replace the nails. And again, to soak them off, I'm doing a cotton ball with acetone, and I just put the clip over that. So after that, we're just going to go ahead and push all of the cuticles back. For that, I'm using my Tammy Taylor edger, and I just use that to push the cuticles back. Once that's done, I'm going to go in with my sanding band to remove the shine from the natural nails. Remember, when we're doing this, we're literally just removing that shine from the natural nail. We're not filing to thin the nails out. We're literally just getting rid of the shiny part, because if not, you will get lifting. As you guys know, our nails produce, or really our whole body just produce a lot of oils, and that oil on our nails will cause the acrylic to lift if you do not remove it ahead of time. So this step is really important. So after we're done removing the shine, we just dust the nails off, and I'm going in with a primer. As you guys know, I use the OPI primer, and I'm just applying that on the natural nail. Be sure not to get it on the skin because it will burn them. So for my acrylic, I'm using my Mia Secret pink powder, and I'm also going to be using some sequins, which will be like a mixture of red and black and gold. So as you can see, I did a thin layer of acrylic, and she already had some old sequins on her nails. So as you can see, I am going to be covering those up. So again, I just do a thin layer of acrylic, and then I go back and dip my brush into the liquid, into the powder to get a small bead of acrylic. And then I dip that bead into the sequins, and that just works as an adhesive. So I just place it all over the nail. Make sure you move them around wherever you want to, and then if you need to add some more sequins, that's fine. Once they are all on the nail, we're going to come back with a big bead of acrylic, and we're just going to encapsulate that. But again, just make sure you move those sequins wherever you want, and then come back and encapsulate them. As you can see, I do my first bead right in the middle of the nail, gently brushing it down towards the tip, and then I'm going to come back and do another bead. And as always, just look at your nail from different angles. If you need to add some more acrylic, that's fine. Just add it wherever you need it. Alrighty, so we're gonna do the next nail, and again we do a small bead of acrylic, just brush it down towards the tip, and this is just a small one. Again, this is what the beads are gonna, the sequins are gonna stick to. So I'm cleaning around the cuticle area. Now I'm going in with a bead of acrylic and sequins and just placing it wherever I want. So some nails will be full nails, others will just be a tip. Whatever you want to do. If you want to do all tips, that's fine. If you want to do full nail of sequins, that's fine too. Again, just place them wherever you want. After they are placed, you just come back and encapsulate them with the acrylic. And you just want to add acrylic until you're not able to see the sequins like sticking out of the nail. And once you do it, you'll know what I'm talking about, because they're going to look a little bit dull after they're completely encapsulated. So again, after that, we're just going to come back with the acrylic. As you can see, I'm doing a bigger bead. I'm just letting it run down towards the tip, and then I'm just gently brushing it down. And again, I am using the pink acrylic powder by Mia's Secret, but this one is actually the multi-balance one. So it's not the one that I always use. I'm actually testing this one out. And honestly, I feel like it's not as runny as the regular acrylic powder by Mia's Secret. This one dries a bit faster, but it does take up a little bit more monomer, which I do not like. So I honestly feel like I'm going to stick to my regular pink that I use all the time, because as you can see, this one is picking up too much loose powder, even though I'm doing the same technique as I would with my other acrylic. But I just would rather, stick to what I know. But again, this is just in the color pink, and it is one of their multi-balance acrylics. But for the rest of the nails, I'm going to just go ahead and do a regular feel, which will be a bead closer to the cuticle area, patting it down, brushing it down towards the tip, cleaning around that cuticle, and then if I need to come back and add some more, that's fine. As always, look at your nail from different angles. It might look perfect from the top, but if you turn it over, you might not have a good stress area. So make sure that you look at your nail from different angles. I cannot stress that enough, and it's really, really important. As you can see, every time that I lift the nail up, I'm looking at it from the side. So be sure that you're doing that, again, so you don't miss any spots. And as always, make sure you work smarter and not harder, because you don't want to have to do a lot of work at the end, whether it's filing or having to go back and add more acrylic. Alrighty, so same thing for the other hand. We're going to do a thin layer of acrylic. We're going to pick up another bead and dip it into our sequins and just apply it on the nail wherever you want them. And then after that, you just come back and encapsulate the nail with the same acrylic. You can use the clear acrylic, but as you guys know, my Mia's Secret pink acrylic is almost clear. And even this multi-balance one, I feel like the colors are the same between the pink one and the multi-balance pink. So the color is no different. They're both like a translucent pink, but it almost looks clear, which is why I use it to encapsulate nails. So we're going to go ahead and encapsulate this one. Again, we just do a big bead of acrylic and make sure that we're covering up all the sequins, and if we need to go back and add some more, that's fine. But we're going to go ahead and do this for the rest of the nails. Again, we're not doing all of them sequins, and then some will be tips, so just whatever you want. And then after that, we're going to go back and fix those 2 broken nails. Alrighty, so we're doing the last nail, and after that we're gonna go in and just prep the nails that were broken. The acrylic already soaked off, so I'm just removing the shine from that natural nail. I'm gonna go in and apply the nail tips, and as always, remember that when you're applying the nail tips, if one is too small and the other one's too big, always go with the bigger one and just file it down to fit perfectly. But as you can see, I went ahead and filed the nail down, that way you don't see it a lot underneath the clear tips. And I'm using my KDS glue and my clear tips. Again, it's really important that if one tip is too small and the other one's too big, always go with the bigger one, because if not, as you can see there, the other one was too small, so I went ahead and used the bigger one, and it wasn't that big. It kind of fit perfect. But again, always go with the bigger one and just file it down if you need to. So I'm going to go ahead and shape them up. As always, to do a coffin shape, we file at a 45-degree angle on the sides and 90 at the free edge. So same thing, sides at a 45-degree angle. As always, just alternate from side to side. You don't want to file too much on one side because the nail is going to be crooked. But we do 45 on the sides and then 90 at the free edge to make sure that it's really straight. And then we just blend the nail tip right in the middle to make it look really natural. So after that, I just dust the nails off and then apply the primer. As always, we're just applying that to the natural nail. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and apply the acrylic. So again, just place your bead right in the middle of the nail, brushing it down towards the tip. I'm going to come back and do another bead. And remember, one thing that you do want to do is make sure that you clean your brush off a lot as you're working. As you can see, I'm steady wiping my brush off on a paper towel, and you do want to make sure that you do that a lot, because if not, that acrylic will get stuck on your brush. But again, we did the thin layer of acrylic, and then I'm just doing the sequins. I picked up a bead of acrylic, dipped it into the sequins, and then I'm just applying it on the nail. And after that, we're just going to come back and encapsulate it. So as you can see, it's the same steps over and over and over again. It's just a matter of repetition. But as always, if you are a beginner, you might not be able to, just do everything the way that you want it, or it's not going to look the way that you want. But it's just a matter of practicing and repetition and patience, and you will be there in no time. I promise. I know what I'm saying. I went through the same thing, even to the point where I wanted to give up, because it just seems like no matter what, if the nails were not looking good, they would live, they would break. But it's just a matter of practicing. But anyways, after this, we're going to go ahead and do the other nail. Alrighty, so just cleaning around the cuticle area, and after this we're gonna go ahead and go in with the hand file, which is a 100-100 nail file, and we're just reshaping the nails. As you guys know, after we apply the acrylic, or even after wearing the nails for so long, it kind of loses its shape. So we just have to go back and reshape the nails. It's not a lot. We're literally just reshaping what's already there to make sure that they are all nice and even and straight, and they're the perfect shape. But again, this is a 100-100 nail file, and we're just reshaping all of the nails into a perfect coffin shape. Alrighty, so I'm shaping this one and I noticed that there was like a little dip at the tip, so I'm going ahead and just filing that out with the hand file. But after that, I'm going in with my drill and I'm using a fine drill bit. And as always, I focus around that cuticle area first. I go back and forth from the right side over to the left side, literally just going back and forth until I'm able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. And then with the belly of our drill, we just go back and just file the rest of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. As always, make sure that you keep your nail drill moving at all times because it will cause friction and it will cause your client's nail to burn. I don't know if you had that happen to you, but I promise if you keep that file in one spot for too long, it's gonna burn and they're going to pull away. So make sure that you keep that drill moving. But again, we start from the right side over on the left side, just going back and forth with the tip of our nail drill. And this is just to make sure that we seal that cuticle area really good. I promise this is probably one of the hardest things to actually get right, because if you're not doing this right, you will get lifting, and I know how frustrating it is to not be able to keep a set on because they lift. So make sure that you go back and seal that cuticle area really good to prevent any water or just any moisture from getting up under the nail. Alrighty, so we're on the last nail. Again, we're just filing around that cuticle area and filing the rest of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. And after that, we're going to go ahead and reshape that last finger, which was the last one I did the acrylic on, and it wasn't dry yet. So we have to go back and reshape that one. But as you can see, we did a lot of filing over the acrylic. So this is why it's really important to make sure that the acrylic is really, good thickness after you apply your sequins, because you don't want to file any of the sequins off. But anyways, you're going in with a buffer to just buff all of the nails to make sure that they're nice and smooth. And as you can see, I fill over the top of the nail with my thumb to make sure that it's nice and smooth. If not, I come back and buff some more. Alrighty, so after that, I just dust the nails off and cleaned them off with an alcohol wipe. And I'm going in with the color Spice Berry by D&D, and we're just going to do that on the rest of the nails. This is like a really pretty burgundy color, and again, it is a gel polish. And to clean around the cuticle area, I am using an OPI brush, dipping it into a little bit of acetone, wiping it off on a paper towel to where it's damp but not wet, and then I just go around that cuticle area. Again, this is in the color Spice Berry by D&D. And after this, we're going to go ahead and cure this hand for 30 seconds under my Melody Susie UV LED lamp. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other hand. And we are going to do 2 coats of that. So we're going to cure this one. We're going to go back to the first hand and do the second coat and cure again. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and let this one cure for another 30 seconds. And we're going to come back and do some bling. So I am going to be using some of my bigger 3D pieces. So I'm going to go in with my hard gel, just apply it wherever I want the bling to go. And I'm going to be using a big red one, a black one, and a silver one just to match the sequins as well as the other rhinestones that I'm going to add. So again, I just did a bead of my hard gel, place my bling wherever I want it. I'm using my wax pencil to pick them up, and since it is a hard gel, it does have to be cured. So we're gonna go ahead and put that under the lamp for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go ahead and apply the other ones on the other finger. You do want to make sure that you cure them right after you apply them, because if not, they will kind of move around if you don't cure them right away. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and let this one cure as well. And then I'm going to go in with my Mia Secret Gel Resin. And I'm going to be applying a few of my other rhinestones, which are the SS6 and SS12. And we're just going to add some more to this finger. And then we're going to go back and add some more to the other finger as well. But again, this is my Mia Secret Gel Resin. I'm using my wax pencil, my SS6, and my SS12. And as always, once we finish applying all the rhinestones, we're going to go back and spray those with the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator, which is a spray that basically dries the glue instantly. After that, we're going to go in with my IBD Gel Top Coat, and we're just going to do that over all of the nails, and we're going to cure them for 60 seconds. Alrighty y'all, so here is the final look. They turned out so pretty. Those sequins and that burgundy color just went perfect together. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at GetNail32, and I'll see you guys next time.